Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sorcery. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that just joined me today after quite a fantastic episode, I must say, that happened yesterday. So we got ourselves into a bunch of trouble with a few goblins over here, and apparently we ended up freeing them, which was what I had to do. So the key to the door that was locked was at the bottom of the pile of the goblins that were killed and eaten. So we're gonna move east out of this. Actually, it's this tower over here, I think, the Tower of the Goblins. You make your way along the walkway between two towers. The moon sets. More stars appear. All around you, you sense the powerful aura of starlight washing through this place like icy seawater, and the tower at your back is no more reassuring. Okay, let's look over the edge first. Looking down, you see other paths snaking between towers below, but the drop is not inconsiderable. Really? Okay, I'm gonna continue moving. You back away from the railings and consider the tower instead. So the north door would be this one. Wait a minute, we're in a tower already? Is it this one? Let's go to the, so I think, yes. Okay, so this is would be a north door over there, and there will be a door over there. Oh, no, that's not what I want. So I am going to consider the south door. Wait a minute, the south door. I think, yeah, let's go for the, oh, damn it. Clicking the wrong places. Let's go for the north door. You approach the tower door. It is well preserved and quite intact. Oh, so we're in the walkway. Okay, I see. That basically, we were either going on forward or backwards towards the tower that we were in. So, how do I do this? I could sleep here, which would, yeah, gain me a little bit of health. Not that I really need it, but, excuse me. We did spend a bunch of time here, and I think dying is a serious problem, so I'm not really sure I am pressed for time. So let's sleep here and see what happens. The short walkway makes for a quiet place to rest, reasonably secluded. Laying your pack down, you try to rest under your habit despite the wind. You have eaten nothing today. I'm gonna close my eyes and sleep. You close your eyes and let your tiredness overtake you. You wake up in the night to see a black shadow sleeping into the gloom beside you. Can I cast a spell? You open your arms to gather sunlight and and the voice laughs quietly. Two hands clasp yours and separate them. No need for that, Annalander. Oh, the shape sleeps down onto the ground beside you. Who is... What? I can't... But this cannot be Flanker. This cannot be Flanker. Let's make space for him, though. You make a space for him close by your side. It's a cold night here in the shadow of evil. The voice continues. Flanker? I near the end of my journey as you near the end of yours, Flanker replies. But Annalander, I fear the outcome. What do you fear? We have traveled a long road together. Soon we must separate. His voice is muted in the dark. I'm not afraid. I cannot know fear, Flanker replies. I am a dead man still alive. An assassin is not permitted to experience mercy. And yet, here I am. Well, I'm glad for your company. And I for yours. The assassin is close enough to you for you to feel the movement as his powerful body relaxes. One of us will kill the Archmage. Perhaps, he answers softly. Certainly someone will die. He touches your shoulder briefly. Rest now. And so the night passes, but you know that in the morning he will be gone. Damn you, that scoundrel! Just one night stands and all. Anyway, you gained a little maximum stamina, ate one provision, died, and found no new clues. Died. Well, that's what we did. Today, dear diary, today I died. That's actually a very good episode, a very good episode title, so I'm gonna go with that. You get to your feet shivering slightly in the morning chill. We didn't actually gain any new health, but it was interesting that he was here. I think he might have been... Oh man, I don't know. Flanker, I know that Flanker dies. That you can kill him and he doesn't appear again. So he isn't an illusion in himself. He's someone, but it's kind of weird that he follows me up here. How the hell? I don't even know. Let's look over the door. You inspect the door but find no hidden latches or secrets. Unlike most of the doors you have seen in the college so far, this one is in good condition, with few splinters or nicks. Well, it's so far hidden, it's no wonder. A thick layer of dust clings to it. There is the remains of a sign on the wall next to the door, but the only word you can make out is only. The other words have been gouged away with a knife point. Listen at the door first. You press your ear at the door, but hear nothing. You lie on your stomach, receiving a thorough coating of dust. Peering through the gap in the door, you spy the legs of a chair and what appears to be a small table placed next to it. You see nothing else, no feet or other furniture. The room appears quite small. Okay, I'm gonna try and cast a spell. And I'm gonna go with a tell if I can. And I see no T's. There are no T's. So we have DOP, which is for opening the door. I still haven't tried that. So I'm not really sure if that's gonna work. I have the zap and the zip, teleportation and electrocution. I have apparently the res as well. And I have the rap, which is speak all languages. And that might work. Let's go with that one. Pulling out the green wig, you put it on and cast the spell, but it seems there is no one about to talk to, so the spell has no effect beyond the wig warming your skull. Well, that's always good, right? You always want a warm skull. Let's open the door. You grasp the cool handle and push the door open. Nothing jumps out. Can I cast the spell before... I'm being a little bit cautious, but the game is actually letting me open the door, enter, and then close the door behind me? That sounds... I don't really know... What it sounds like. We have far over here. I don't think I want to cast that in the middle of this, although I don't think the game is going to punish me for that. So we got the how. Let's go with that. You have the enchantment. The magic here is powerful, the voice says. It can be countered, but the magic required is of the most profound and holy. So it's a res. That's why I need to cast res. Right? Let's wait for the right opportunity here. Let's enter. You step through the doorway, only to find yourself back outside. The door closed once more. You turn the handle again and the door swings open. Huh. I'm gonna waste one of my charges. I think this one is what we require. You take the vial of water from your pack. Water begins to shimmer and shine with an inner light. Well, let's drink it, because that will heal me up, and also I think we are gonna be okay to enter this. You drink the holy water, feeling it sizzling in your throat. Then it is gone. You step through the doorway a second time, but once again are suddenly faced with the closed door. What is going on here? What is going on indeed? What? So I just wasted holy water for nothing, basically. And that's gone forever, by the way. So I have the far, which is an interesting thing, but I don't think I want it. I have the DOP, which I don't think... What I really need... Probably teleportation? Deep... There's powerful magic, but it is deep and holy. What kind of deep and holy magic do I have? Sus? Sus is just sensing danger. I think zip is gonna work. Let's go ahead and just zip our way in there, because this doesn't use up any stamina, so let's go ahead. Oh boy, consulting the constellation overhead, you bind the spell and the ring of green metal on your finger begins to glow and glitter. You are suddenly torn through the very air and appear on the other side of the door. Oh, that was good. Okay, so we crossed the door. And now I'm gonna need to spend a little bit more holy water to get through this, right? I think I have 2 more charges of holy water. Let's see, 2 measures. So I think I'll be fine. I need one that was made for something. But let's see. So for such a heavily defended chamber, there is little magnificent here. The room inside is bare but worn out chair and small writing table. On the table is an hourglass and a slate. There are 2 doors leading east and west. Both are closed. The slate is full of chalk markings, small regular ticks that run in a line. You do not see any chalk around. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone for right now. You put the slate down once more on the desk. The sand runs through the hourglass. When did it get turned over? Search the room. A thorough search of the room reveals nothing. No hidden doors, no secrets, and no traps. On the floor of the room are 4 large grooves, rather. The four grooves are large but not enormous and have no obvious practical function. They lie side by side in the center of the room, each running from east to west. The hourglass finishes running. Okay, I'm gonna turn the hourglass. You pick up the hourglass, examining it in the light of the room. It is a made instrument with brass fittings and fine sand within. You turn over the hourglass and watch the sand run down for a time. Time, intones the hourglass. Peering into the bulb of the hourglass, you spy 1,000,000 grains of sand tumbling from the top well to the bottom. Each grain glimmers for a moment as it passes through the neck, as though for an instant it was the most important thing in the universe, and then it is gone, replaced by another and another. All are important within the glass until the glass is turned again. One end of the glass is different from the other, however. One end unscrews. Huh. You peer more closely at the sand. Each grain contains a tiny world. Each grain contains an action. There are thousands, one upon the other upon the next. You begin to turn the top of the hourglass. It screws easily enough. All that is done can be undone, intones the voice. Even that which cannot be done. What cannot be done? What can't be done? What can be done? Well, I don't really know. The top of the hourglass is now open. Let's turn the glass over. You go to turn over the glass when something gives you pause. Clearly, wrapped up inside this hourglass is something terrible, powerful magic. It's some terrible, powerful magic. Even if you do not know what it is, you should not invoke it. Okay, the game is telling me. I was thinking about this as well. The game lets me know how to win each one of these, but I must push forward. I must be brave on each one of these puzzles. And this one, the game is clearly telling me not to do that. So I'm gonna screw the lead back on. You screw the lead back before the sand can be lost. You feel yourself gasping slightly. Why am I gasping? Time again, intones the hourglass. Who's there? You call out, but there is no reply. Tell me what this hourglass is. You call out. Every grain of sand falls, and then can fall again, intones the hourglass. You have the hourglass curse upon you. Let's turn it once more. Over and over again. You place the hourglass down and look around the room. Let's look at the slate again. The slate is full of chalk markings, small regular ticks that run in a line. You do not see any chalk around. You rub out the chalking markings, leaving the slate blank. The hourglass is running once more. What can I do? Only sit on the chair, but I'm gonna die if I do that. You sit in the chair. It is rather comfortable and is in very good shape. There are still markings on the slate. You must have missed them, surely. You put the slate down once more. The hourglass stops. There are two doors leading away to east and west, and I gained one new clue. What the hell was that? Glyph. You found a glyph in the Tower of Time. What the hell is that? I have a note here. Third spell, invisibility. But that's the only thing I can really tell. What the hell is that? I have no idea what this is for. Just absolutely no idea. Let's go to the east. Oh man. You saw what happened there? Another walkway leading between two doors. The south door is closed, while the north one hangs ajar. So I am gonna walk north. You continue along the walkway towards the next tower. And this is the last tower, I think. No, there's a door over there. Huh. You make your way across a stone walkway, arching high into the air above the swirling waters that pool below, until you reach the next curious tower. The air stirs a little, still cold but fresh. The tower contains a large circular room. A few steps in, however, you begin to lose your bearing. Though the tower itself is a simple, clear space, there is something disorientating about it. Perhaps it is because there are so many doors, between 20 and 30 at a rough guess. Worryingly, in the middle of the floor lies a skeleton. Oh. You look over the skeleton. It seems perfectly intact, curled up as though asleep. There are no signs of injury, no shattered bones or twisted limbs. Fragments of cloth remain here and there. Looking more closely at the fragments, you can see they are not the robes of a sorcerer or a merchant, but the rags of a peasant. Some local of Mampang, perhaps? Under one flap of cloth, you find a simple bronze ring that has fallen from a finger joint. You pick up the ring and slip it into your pocket. It is of no use for magic, and it will not be worth anything, and yet it might be useful somewhere. You turn your attention to the doors, set at regular spaces around this space. There are about 60 or 70 of them. You can no longer tell which door is the one you came in from. I'm gonna cast How, and that works. Unless I can't cast How. I don't know what the bronze ring is for, but hopefully I'm not gonna resurrect that guy. Mostly out of I don't want to lose my holy water. You bind the stars into a pattern around you, and a quiet voice begins to speak to you. There are many more doors here than there appear, the voice informs you quietly. In fact, all the doors are here, but I will lead you to an exit. With that, the room begins to move into an alignment, and you can understand. The effect is quite giddy. Oh, I'm sure it is. Let's leave the chamber then. With the aid of the spell, you feel fairly confident of which door is which. Time to put it to the test. Okay, so that's great. What I want to do... I think there's a passage through there. I hope there is. These things, it seems that, yeah, there's doors all over the place. All the doors. So I could go to any door in the world from here. That'd be a fantastic thing. Let's go to these ones, and I want to go there, and then look back, and then go through here, and then that one. Just look back around so we can explore everything, and hopefully not die, because if we do, I'm gonna need to dance with the dead again on that tower over there, and that is quite disconcerting. So let's go over there. The path passes the base of another tower, set into the side of the central mountain peak itself, but even the peak of Mampang is dwarfed by the endless mountains of Upper Zaman, stretching away northwards like a turbulent gray ocean. Do I need to look at the mountains? I don't think I do, but I am gonna. You pause, taking in the endless vista. These lands are cruel and cold, a part of the world not made for humans, but still they are inhabited by low creatures, by birds, by a few strange sapient reptiles. Nowhere in the old world is truly empty, except perhaps these towers through which you now walk. Well, let's go into this one. Hopefully this is not going to be the worst of them all, because we have already found our doom already, so it's, I don't know. A few clouds drift across the sky. You follow the path and make your way into the next tower uncertainly. What is this place? Why was it built? The interior of the tower is quite empty, except for a brass sphere in the center, capped with a black cloth. The brass sphere, what could that be? Let's look at the black cloth. The black cloth is draped over the top of the gently rotating sphere. There is nothing remarkable about it. So it could be either a palantir or a globe. That'll be an interesting thing, either way. But hopefully not a palantir. Of course it's not a palantir, because that's from Lord of the Rings. Let me cast Sus here. Because I think that's the sense danger, and if I can, of course. And I can, fantastic. There is magic at work here, declares, though it is not one you can feel happening, and not one that will do you any harm. Its message in tone the magic gives out. Okay, so let's look at the sphere first. The sphere rotates slowly, smoothly, and on some invisible gimbal. Perhaps it is slightly floating? Remove the cloth from the sphere. What happened? Something happened. I saw something. No. I thought these moved for some reason. Huh. You whip the black cloth away from the brass sphere. Nothing happens except you uncover a dull gray-white sphere set into the sphere. Oh, a dull gray-white circle set into the sphere. It is as though the whole ball encases whatever this thing is. Let's look at the white circle. That happened again, didn't it? What is going on? The world isn't changing, is it? That would be quite a move, actually. But I don't think it is. Let's go back. Not that way. This way. Yeah. It takes a moment to place... Oh, wait a minute. You run your finger over the white circle. There's definitely something buried inside the sphere. Something that feels like dry wood or too warm stone. It takes a moment to place. It is bone. Let's knock the sphere. Man, for some reason I always think this is moving. You know, I'm gonna look at that when I click on something. You nudge the sphere gently and it bobs away from its socket, and then back again, continuing to turn. This is I think this is supposed to be like a world. It doesn't move. You hunt across the surface of the sphere for some kind of catch, but find nothing. Whatever it is inside seems to have been molded into place. Okay, I can cast a spell. The DOP would probably work, but I don't know if I can even cast it. Apparently I can't. So we have the sus over here. Well, we have the sap, which definitely is not something I want. We have the sob, which summons a Snatacat. Apparently, I gave away my only Snatacat teeth. Damn it. That's a shame. So this is not where I need to be. We have the, over here, Yap. Yeah, that's for talking all with animals. And we have Yaz. Let's go with that. Reaching up the stars create magic, but instead of turning invisible as you expected, the sphere in the middle of the tower simply stops rotating, and nothing else occurs. This was the third spell of invisibility. But how should I know? How should I know which spells are which? Did I stop time or something? Okay. Oh, do I have new ones. I have Res over here. And I have Raz, which is Sharpened Blade, which I really don't want to do. I don't really know why I can do that. This is different. We have Zob. That kind of... I have no idea what I'm doing. So... do I need to cast invisibility again if I... Let's see. Yob is invisibility. No, that's giant. What's the invisibility one then? Yaz? Yeah, let's try that again. You wind the constellation to align, but instead of turning invisible, the sphere in the middle of the tower simply stops rotating. It's the same as before. A little bit different, but... how should I know? I can't do anything else. Or maybe now I can open it. Knock it down or something, but I can't. There's no... Let's see, far. See the future. See if that helps me. You see, there's so many secrets in this game. Oh my god. You sit cross-legged on the ground and put your palms on the orb. You cast the enchantment and everything changes. You are standing outside a large doorway, which though it is empty of a door. You reach into your pack and take out a black skull cap. Okay, a large hallway without a door, and I need a black skull cap. Am I gonna remember that? Large... I'm writing it down. I'm probably gonna forget about it. But this one works. So, I'm thinking that it's only gonna be spells that are... yeah, there's definitely something different. It wasn't like this before. I'm thinking it's only gonna be spells that don't consume mana or items. When I say mana, I mean stamina. So... unless it's not, of course, which might actually be the case. So we have Wrap, or we have Raz, Sharpened Blade, that's gonna take Beeswax, no, I don't want that. And we have Far over here, okay. And then we have S, what's the S for? We have the Sus, Sense Danger, we've done that already. Worked as expected. And we have the Sap, which, which causes depression, but of course takes 1 stamina. And we have the Sob, which is for a Snatacat. Unfortunately, can't cast that. Okay, so then we have over here. Let's go with a Yap, see if that works. Talk with animals. Well, but it seems there are no creatures to talk to. The spell has no effect. Huh. I'm not gonna cast the other ones, because it's just gonna be a waste of time. See, they changed this thing or something. So the Far, but there's nothing else. Let's see. Let's go with the Yaz again. And, yeah, it just goes with that. Leave the tower. You turn and head quickly back out of the tower. Something powerful magic happening here, but you can't see it happening. It's what it said, right? You step back out onto the path and make your way along it. As the morning moves on, the wind begins to rise. Well, let's go to the northeast tower, apparently. We enter the next tower. This chamber is empty save for a few crates stacked against one wall. Thick dust covers the floor with no footprints visible. A storeroom? You step into the room, kicking up a small cloud of dust as you walk. The air inside is shimmering. Then suddenly you are blinded by a dazzling glare. Stare into the light. You stare against the light, trying to make out the form within. A woman with long floating hair. My friend, comes a woman's voice. Surely you know me. And then you know her voice. You fall to your knees. It's Libra, the goddess of justice herself. Libra, you say. Yes, I am Libra, she replies. I have come again to help you, but at great risk. We must speak quickly, and then you must go. And with that, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sorcery. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next episode. Bye-bye!